I swear. Are we on?
We're on.
By the moon and the stars in the sky. I used to go to skate country,
Okay.
Every Tuesday, because that's when Walker Mountain had their skate country night.
Is Walker Mountain?
Walker Mountain Elementary School, where I went K through 5.
Oh,
What?
Was
the
there a
Cougars.
Was there a real mountain?
Mountain Cougars. Yeah, Walker Mountain, which was a Native American mountain called Wauka. W-A-U-K-A.
Just like blew up. Hey, this is Amrita and Andrew. We're on a podcast journey to find our way through freelance life. If you're thinking about taking a leap off the beaten path in any part of your life, our inexpert advice is don't think twice. Did you recover from the cereal outage?
Yeah, I did my best.
Okay. You were bereft.
I was disappointed.
Yeah, I could feel it.
I was disappointed.
It was like it was a deflation of your spirit. I felt bad.
Well, I was about 5 blocks from home and thought, the thing that we have that I want that would be perfect after this walk is a bowl of shredded wheat.
There was exactly enough for one bowl left.
And
I ate it.
Was disappointed.
Oh,
Not at you.
No, I know. But I know without it being directed at me, like living with another person is sometimes the worst, isn't it? When you really it's the best.
Yeah.
But it's like also, I had a plan.
Well, I think
it was disrupted.
I think cereal is particularly...
It's a sensitive subject for you.
It really is. Mm-hmm. I think if you're going to eat the last bowl of cereal in a house, regardless of if it's a roommate situation or a family situation...
Yeah, tell me, because now I know.
You need to alert people.
Oh, should I have told you? Okay, now I know. I'll tell you.
I mean, this is a rule that I'm making up right now.
No, I'm aware of that. I'm not apologizing for not having informed you about it, but I am telling you that I'm willing to.
I feel like a PSA. If anyone in America, if you're going to finish the last of the cereal,
just let a bitch know.
Let people know.
Yeah.
That's the only food that you need to let people know.
Okay. That's really the only food? I guess we'll find out.
We'll find out when the butter is gone.
What a day. Yeah. It's how were you?
Today, this very day. This moment in time.
This moment.
I am just fine. Okay. I did get good sleep last night.
Oh, good.
So that's something. But
I've been awake since 5 a.m.
Oh, you look fresh as a daisy.
Thank you. I feel great.
Wow. Because you haven't.
No, okay, so I feel great today. I feel good. I feel full of the spirit. Yesterday, I did not.
Right.
I've been moody this week. We've been moody this week.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we're sort of on the same menstrual cycle that way.
That's probably good though.
It's probably good though. Yeah, because it makes me feel better that I'm not bursting anyone's bubble.
I mean, the worst thing is when you're like in a moody place and then the person you're living with is like all sunshine and roses.
We're such cranks. Yeah, no, so yesterday I was not feeling so grand and I told you extensively, but I just feel great today. And some might say this is a manic turn. Mm-hmm. And to that I say, yes, it is.
Well, I have a few questions for you. Mm-hmm. One, are you taking your vitamins?
No, I'm not.
Okay, well that was quick. I thought I'd work for you a few things, and you would say yes, and then we would get.
Okay. Let's go back to the questions. Wait, let's suppose I had said yes.
Okay. Are you using your computer in bed?
No.
Do you have a bedtime roughly that you're trying to stick to?
No.
Do you have an alarm to get you up in the morning?
No. Wow, I'm flunking this quiz.
Are you drinking water when you first get up in the morning?
No. What else you got?
God, I don't think I need... I think if we've diagnosed you as patently unable to.
So what you're saying is
have
I
a
don't need mood
routine.
stabilizers. I just need to drink some water and take my vitamins and try to go to bed
Yeah.
at a reasonable
Yeah.
hour.
Take your vitamin D first thing in the morning.
Okay.
Because it's not fat soluble, as I understand. So you don't have to have something in your stomach.
Okay.
Versus a
Okay.
multivitamin, which will have D in it, but for which other things need food in your
Absorption.
stomach, i.e. fat,
Yeah.
to absorb.
Okay. I like this.
I'm not a
men's health
medical.
moment.
I should say here, I'm not in medicine. So consult your physician or your physician's assistant or your nurse practitioner
Or your herbalist.
or your yeah.
No. I told you, right?
Yeah.
I was chatting with an herbalist, and I have taken up this theory that you've often espoused, where it's like, I'm just going to keep an open mind to a conversation and let somebody talk and not let them get away with bullshit, of course, but if somebody's into something, the best thing you can do is just kind of let them talk about what they're into.
Yeah.
So I learned a little bit about the world of herbalism, and it seemed to be a little bit hostile towards
Traditional medicine.
science. Yeah.
Western medicine,
Yeah.
I guess I should say.
Yeah. And it was very when they have those old medieval paintings of when a doctor comes over your house and they're like too much yellow humors, we'll bleed it out of them or whatever. It's kind of like that, except in 2021 with plants. You have different humors in your body, and each person has their own unique makeup of fire and air and earth and wind or whatever.
And an herbalist will concoct something.
Will tell you what your makeup is, and then that's why you, Andrew, you get tired when you come in from a cold temperature to a warm temperature, and your body.
I would like to solve that problem.
Yeah,
if there's
so
an
I think
herbalist who will do that for me.
if we have any herbalist listeners, contact us for our constitutions. That's what it's called, your constitution.
I think mine's just a circulation problem.
Yeah, no, I know. there's a
But
explanation.
maybe I can look into how you improve circulation with natural methods.
Well, I think you are on a good track with your compression socks.
Love compression socks. Everyone get on the trend. 2021 is all about compression.
All about compression. Yeah.
Yeah, my compression socks help.
Anyway, it's a lovely day. I just feel good
Yes.
about it. I went out on a walk and I just felt it's not even a beautiful day, really weather-wise.
It's overcast, 45, 50 degrees.
It's it's breezy, it's a little moody, but it's just I felt very invigorated, and I felt like
It was good walking weather.
it was good walking weather. I just had a nice swing in my step, and I felt I had this overwhelming feeling of you don't know what's around the bend.
Oh, just literally.
Not literally. That too. I took some unexpected twists and turns on my route, but just what's around the bend in life. And I feel like we have very intentionally set ourselves up for a situation where we don't know what's around the bend.
Yeah.
So that's kind of exciting, It's it's not like you're just kind of staring down a road and you know exactly where it's going to go, and it's just the same damn road.
Exactly where it's gonna
yeah,
go,
you think, I mean, because of course you never know what's around the bend. No, nobody does, but we've kind of deliberately set ourselves up for that.
Yeah.
And today I find that exciting. Yesterday I found that anxiety inducing, but today I find it exciting.
Yeah. Well, it's two sides of the same coin. And yesterday we were focusing on the negative, I think.
Yes.
I.e., just great frustration of all the pandemic exhaustion of
complete pandemic
wanting
exhaustion.
to be, out with friends, doing things, all that kind of thing.
Yeah. No, and I mean, of course, I still feel that very deeply. And it's not just being out with friends, but specifically being able to make art with friends and collaborate
Right.
with people and like just do a group thing, you know, make something, and being unable to really do that in the way that we want to do it is very frustrating. And it's just been like, we've been so patient. Like I feel like we've been patient. It's definitely like a bit of a wall because we're coming up on like a year anniversary of all this starting, and it's like, God damn it. You know?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, we're all feeling that.
Yeah, we're all feeling that. You know, I don't know, just like a lot things that sometimes I frame as negatives, and like the sort of lack of stability and stuff is it leaves the door open for a lot of amazing things to come in. So that is how I'm feeling today.
That's how you're feeling today.
Yeah.
Well, let's roll back the hands of time for a minute
Yes,
here.
please.
To Tuesday of this week, which was Mardi Gras, which was our first Mardi Gras.
First ever.
Vastly different than other years. But we made a day of it. I was actually surprised at how fun the day was.
It was a really lovely day.
Because, you know, traditionally Mardi Gras has 1 million plus people, the streets are crowded, everything. And not only was there not Mardi Gras this year, meaning the parades and everything were canceled, but the police department, the mayor's office shut this city
completely
down.
Yeah.
Bars were shut down. There was you couldn't get a drink to go, which is a very popular thing to do in New Orleans. They shut off the streets in the French Quarter.
You know, the wine store was closed.
The wine store was closed.
And it was closed starting Thursday.
The day, right? Bars were closed from Friday for 5 days. Friday through Tuesday, bars couldn't be open.
Yeah.
And
so, like,
the streets in the French Quarter were closed. Only residents or people working in businesses, which I don't know what businesses would be open if you couldn't
go to them. Right.
Be down there. So it was really, really very much a ghost town.
Locked down. Like not just closed, but like restricted.
Yeah.
And you had to have a reason to be there.
And on top of that, it was very cold, as is the storyline these days in the South. You know, in the 30s.
Yeah, I mean, I think he put a huge damper on people's festivity level, you know, and maybe there would have been a little bit more of an effort to sort of like get out and, you know, make the best of it and get out and be party in the street anyway, but then like add on top of it like 30 degrees and everyone is because
I was surprised. We live right off St. Charles, which is the main thoroughfare traditionally
the main parade route,
for Mardi Gras, and I thought that there would be people. It's where the streetcar line runs, so it's an extra large boulevard, and so I thought people would be
for sure out
there.
in mass,
and there were a few groups here and there, but by and large it was just
pretty
like
empty.
A regular weekday sort of feeling. But the houses were decorated as floats since there were no parade floats this year, so we were able to walk around and take those in. Some people had little throws.
Okay, that was of course for me the most exciting thing because I have a long and storied history of being obsessed with free things.
Yes.
So that was something I was really hoping was like I want to get at least like one free thing for Mardi Gras, even if it's not like regular Mardi Gras. Because like I mean I usually go home from the Pride Parade in New York with like armfuls of like free stuff that I don't need, but I'm like so delighted. I bring an empty bag. So I felt very, very happy that we saw some people who were throwing stuff from their front porches into the lawn, and we got some of those. Got some cups. Got some medallions and things. And
some Jell-O shots along the way.
And some Jell-O shots. Oh, God bless those people.
Yeah. So it was a fun day, and the sun came out for some brief moments.
Yeah, and not for nothing. Also, we like made some new friends, that accompanied us on our walk. So that was revolutionary. I mean,
Yeah.
New friends? What is that about? Like, that's crazy. So it felt really, that felt momentous too.
Festive in this year of no festivities.
Yeah. A small festivity.
Yeah.
And we saw some live music.
Yeah, we capped it off with a porch concert cabaret situation in the Bywater, and it was freezing.
It was freezing by that point. It was legitimately quite cold. Yeah. In the 20s.
Yeah, but we watched the whole show and couldn't feel our feet.
But we persevered.
We looked fantastic.
We looked. let me tell you, people. You can't can't paint you a picture visually, but we looked great. Just know that.
Smelled great.
Looked great. Smelled great. Felt great. And to your point, I was wearing a big coat. But I knew that if for some reason, if I needed to remove my coat, I was still going to look fabulous.
Yes.
And that's really what it's about. It's all your base layers are fabulous too.
I mean, so all in all, I'll say for it being what it was, we had a day that felt like we did something special.
It did feel special.
Even however small that thing was.
Yeah. Yeah. And we barely had a drink. Actually.
Yeah.
So it was in many ways not your average Mardi Gras celebration.
Nope. But we finished off the day. The very last thing we did was finish our last king cake slices of the season.
Yes.
So we clocked in, I think the final number was 11 king cakes.
No shame in my game.
We bought 11 cakes.
Yes, we did a beautiful culinary tour.
Yeah.
Of the city. We bought cakes far and wide. Our last one was a fusion cake from a Mexican bakery.
Yeah.
Had guava in it. It was delicious. I feel really good about it. I also feel really ready for a small break from cake. Which I think is kind of in the spirit of the season.
Well, we're heading into that season, right?
Yeah. Well, also you can't even get it. You can't get them anymore, right?
No.
Yeah.
No.
So anyway, I feel really good. I feel really good about our achievements in dessert this season also.
We accomplished something, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, 2 people, 11 cakes.
Yeah.
This sounds like a TLC
documentary waiting to happen. I can't tell whether it would be like intervention or like something else, but yeah.
Fortunately, I've been walking enough that I think I've been able to not put on weight.
I don't know. I mean, no, sorry, I didn't mean it like that. No, I didn't mean it like that.
All right.
No, you look
see
great.
What others think of me.
That's not what I meant. I was speaking for myself. So while I was out on my walk, I also discovered something, the answer to a question that's been plaguing me since Detroit. Now, this is going to reveal the depths of our sort of like lily white innocence when it comes to party drugs.
Yeah.
But
what are those things on the ground?
Yes. So when we were in Detroit, we kept finding these like little like canisters that look like tiny little like...
Are they whippets?
They're whippets.
I think I said that before. You rejected that.
Oh, I did?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'm sorry I doubted you.
How did you figure it out this time?
So I had this I had this flash of inspiration because I saw, I forget where it was, some like venue was saying like, stay home to party for Mardi Gras or whatever, but if you do end up doing whippets, bring us your canisters because like we're making an art project. So like drop them by the venue, like we'll have like a big, and I was like, first of all, that's weird to me, like that you would have enough of a clientele that, I don't know. I didn't realize that was like a drug that was still really heavily in rotation.
Yeah.
But they were, we saw those canisters littered everywhere in Detroit on the sidewalk.
Yeah.
And then I just saw some today and I just halted in my path and I thought, you know what? I bet it's a whippet. And indeed.
You looked it up.
I looked it up and it was. I feel like a modern day
mystery solved.
Like an urban paleontologist. I found an artifact and then I figured out what it was.
Well, I have another mystery for you. This one I noticed in Brooklyn
Okay.
more than anywhere else. In my grocery store in Brooklyn, everyone, a lot of people would buy gallons of distilled water. And like that would be the only thing that we're buying. And the water in New York is not bad.
It's
the
very
tap
good,
water is
yeah.
not bad.
Yeah.
And to get your water turned off is almost like that's like the last thing that would like some
Well,
people
your
have
water
floated.
doesn't- Your water doesn't get turned. I mean, in New York, tenancy laws are that you have to have water in New York City. Your landlord has to provide water, has to be included in the rent.
Yeah, you're right. So
You can't
it
get
just
your water
doesn't
shut off. You
seem
can't-
like these people are buying water because they don't have
Can't afford
running
their
water
bill or whatever, right?
So I'm curious why
I
so many people buy distilled water.
do not have an answer to that question. I don't know.
The shelf was always almost empty, too.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. Also, like in New York, it's such an inconvenient thing to be buying. It's one thing if you like drive to the grocery store and you just load up your
very
car.
inconvenient.
It's horrible to carry like
I mean, my worst assumption is that you need it to like make meth or something. Like you need it to make like or
Oh, so that's why it was
something.
connected. That's why this question was connected to the whippets.
yeah.
Like you need like what's it called, like reverse osmosis water.
Yeah, you
to,
need like really pure water to make. You can't use tap water that has
because it's like
chemicals in it.
fluorinated or something.
Yeah, that's my theory.
I love that theory, and I would like to go with it.
But you know, my mom has this mop
Okay.
that you put water in.
Yes.
It's like a steam mop. It's not like a steam mop. It is a steam mop.
Uh-huh.
And it says it needs distilled water. So maybe there are a lot of people in Brooklyn with
Steam mops.
steam mops.
I'm gonna go with meth.
Or what do you use to put into your aquarium? You've never had an aquarium.
Well, not one that I cared for in that manner. Actually, the only pets I've ever had are fish.
Yeah.
But you know, we didn't have like the internet or whatever when I was little. We couldn't like look it up and see. Speaking of the internet, I'm sorry, we're really pinging around here, but I finally laced up my skates.
Yes.
I put them on while you were out.
Roller skates. Yes.
My roller skates.
Did you skate around the house?
I skated around the house, and my first report out of the gate is that this is going to be way, way harder than I had initially envisioned for myself.
Uh-huh.
I could barely get up out of this chair. I laced them up, and I was like Bambi.
Did you make it across the floor?
I made it a couple of laps, but I would like to encourage everyone to send me their like, you know, their kids, their cool like baby cousins, their nieces, their TikTok teens in their life. Please send them my way and teach me how to do this.
Well, I think the only solution is to fall. I think it's just there's like you can't learn how to roller skate based on the internet.
No, I know. There's a real lesson there, isn't there? I just really have to just get
I
out
think
there
there's
and
no.
fall.
So look, this is something that we need to discuss.
Okay, let's discuss. I have my tea in my hand.
There is a time for planning,
Okay.
and there is a time for doing.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you and I might need to recalibrate how long we plan versus when we actually start doing. And I don't think any video tutorial on roller skating is going to get you anywhere.
Faster than just
Then
getting
you have to
strapping on the
just
skates
strap them on and go to the park.
and fall on my ass.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you said a whole mouthful there, sis. Not only are you right about that, and I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna be unashamed about it, even though there are a lot of very cool teenagers at the park.
Do you have...
I'm gonna get some knee pads
right.
and wrist guards.
Okay, good. Do you have... What pants are you going to use? Your camo
Stretchy.
pants?
I have camo pants. Oh, I do have camo pants. Yeah, stretchy pants, like workout workout pants.
Yeah.
Because my jeans do not provide me at this time in my body's journey with an adequate amount of mobility.
Basically, they tight.
I cannot hear.
Yeah.
I can't.
That's just because you're inflexible. Oh.
It's because this is what my pants look like. There.
Oh, I see.
This is what's going on under my
Wow.
shirt. Yeah. It's been a tough pandemic year, guys. So also along with your TikTok teens, send me some pants that fit.
You know what? I love New Orleans. We've talked about New Orleans already, our general impression. They do need to get on the bookstore situation in this town.
Interesting. That is a really good point.
Far too few bookstores. In fact, I have not
seen
one.
I have not seen one bookstore. I mean, obviously, I'm sure that there's bookstores. Don't add us. But like,
I'm sure, but we've walked down one of the main commercial thoroughfares, and they're not that many.
From start to finish, like the miles.
Yes.
At literal miles.
And haven't seen a bookstore.
Yeah. That is so interesting. I can't believe I didn't think of that. I didn't realize
because
that.
I want to buy a dictionary. And I was like, I'm not going to... I don't want to have to order my dictionary online.
Your dream purchase while we're in New Orleans is a dictionary.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit more about your dream. Like, what is your vision for having this dictionary?
Okay, I'll tell you. The pandemic has brought us all to our knees and deprived us of just conversations you would have with strangers and friends and all that, and
just basic interactions even.
And I'm feeling at a loss for words, a loss for new words. And so I want to buy a dictionary, not because I need to look up the definition of words, for which there are plenty that I do need to look up the definition of, but just to flip through it and
revel in the pleasure of words.
Find some new words.
Or maybe remind yourself of words
yes.
that you had forgotten.
Yeah.
Oh, that old word.
Yeah, just to leaf through it and be like, that word.
I'm going to dust that one off today.
Yeah, I don't use enough words that start with Q.
I mean, nobody does.
Yeah.
I love that for you. And I love that that's just like a recreational thing that you have planned out. You approach your leisure time in such a different way. And in a way that I could stand to take, some pages from your dictionary. So
I don't know about that. I don't know if you need to borrow my...
No. I won't be doing that. But I love this. What I love is the image of me coming home to find you like curled up with your tea, just leafing through the dictionary.
Yeah, and it's something that I won't be able to do for very long at a time because it's not about like looking at many words. It's about opening it up and just being like, that word.
This is very sweet. It really is a very sweet notion. I really like it. Okay, so we have to get you a dictionary. So we're gonna have to find a bookstore. Maybe we'll have to look it up. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
But that's a good mission. I like that. But yeah, I mean, I think we did talk extensively about New Orleans. I really just a month later, just feel really settled in. I feel really like happy here and good about being here, and still no complaints about the city. I visited a violin shop. We have been dipping a toe into the meeting new people pool, trying to navigate some COVID safe dating, which has been pretty interesting, I think. A lot more social gaffes to fall into than I had accounted for, but
I don't really know what you mean by that.
Just kind of like figuring out, not like a big deal kind of way, but just kind of like figuring out how to like communicate more clearly about like the level of my COVID consciousness, you know, because like people are in such a different place about it, and some people are like very laissez-faire, and some people are like super like hyper conscious, and I'm just trying to like figure that out, especially like in advance of meeting. I've found to be a little bit like just a different social challenge, especially in this time of like not having our words. That's all. I didn't mean anything.
In this late stage in the game, we're in a changing world that I think is making people more uncomfortable in a way, because it's compounded with the exhaustion of just having to be in a pandemic for a year. But now we're also in a place where the type A's, the rule followers, the people at the beginning could do something, and they could do it fully, which is like, don't have contact with people, keep your mask on all the time, don't, like, this is the do's and don'ts, and these are what you need to do. And then as people get vaccinated, as the world like doesn't quite open up yet, but you do have to recognize that there's going to be another 9 months, year of this, and like it's like it creates a different situation, and you know, I think it's just a new world where you have to decide.
We have to decide what our risk factors, like renegotiate. I think our risk tolerance. That's the word for it. And like I think nothing has changed about the way that you and I approach things, which is with a mindset towards reducing risk for other people. Like it's not about our own selves, but it's about like protecting other people. So with you know, keeping that in mind, I think there's some room to like be a bit more you know, to just move the bar a little bit, and you know, do that mindfully and carefully and all that. I mean, there's nobody else other than you that I'd rather be like confined in a pandemic with, but it has been like just really at this stage, like a year in, just like incredibly like life-changing to like just like have a conversation with another person. And oh
my gosh, right?
Yeah. No, I didn't. This was not a tangent I even wanted to necessarily go down. But what I was, I think, initially thinking about was your comment that it was like accidentally deep about like thinking versus action.
Yes.
About the skating. So I feel like we had a really nice wall yesterday about that. And just thinking about how much we've been using this time to like scheme and dream and plan and plot and talk, and then finally
I'm tired of all of it. I'm tired of it. I don't want to talk anymore about something. I don't want to plan anymore. I don't want to organize anymore. Most of the time I don't even write anymore, because I'm like, I just want it to be like things to be happening. That's where I am. To
do stuff and make stuff and not be in the planning stage anymore. It's just, planning is all well and good, and then it's like, well, let's just fucking do it. So I think that was like a really important wall to hit, and I'm really glad that we just said that out loud. I'm sick of it.
Sick of it.
So when it actually comes to taking creative action, the question becomes like, what opportunities does COVID actually afford us?
Yes.
And the answer for the moment is collaborative, long distance, gonzo style short filmmaking. Just like 1 to 3 minute shorts that we write and we put together with friends who are all over the country. You know, just being loose, experimental with short form storytelling, and, you know, just leaving our perfectionism at the door. So more on that hopefully very soon here and on our website, so stay tuned.
But I do want to talk about some frivolous things, if you don't mind. When I was home over Christmas, my mom made a comment about when you make your bed up in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
And she said, you shouldn't make your bed up first thing in the morning.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, yeah. And I was like, wait, what? And the idea is that, there's perspiration from your sleep, and that your sheets should air out before you seal them back shut for the day.
Uh-huh.
So
I see the wisdom in that.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. And that just keeps things fresher and lets things dry out and whatever. Mm-hmm. So I do that. Mm-hmm. But then I got to thinking about all the things that my body touches, things that need to air out. And
oh God, where are we going with this?
It's not as gross as it sounds.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, well, so if I take off my shirt, should I then turn it inside out and let it air out?
I actually have never given conscious thought to this, but I totally do that.
You do that?
I totally do that. If I'm going to take something, if it's something that I'm not going to launder right away.
Yes.
I have this weird thing where I don't want to roll it up all, fold it all up and stick it back in the drawer, because I have this feeling it needs to breathe. I never thought that there was
a reason. So you've been doing it.
Yeah.
Air it out first. Mm-hmm. Your pants and your shirts. Mm-hmm. You shouldn't be reusing your underwear. So
no. Why did you look at me so archly when you said that?
You don't reuse your underwear.
No.
You just have skanky underwear.
I do.
Not skanky.
Yeah. Well, skanky in the sense of being
ratty.
Ratty. It's ratty.
Well, you buy cheap underwear.
I buy Okay, wait.
Cute cheap underwear.
No, I know you're not trying to really drag me here, but this is no good. I learned this lesson years ago when we were in Berlin.
Yes.
You have to be ready just in case of an emergency for someone to see your underwear. That sounds way it was a way sexier trip than it was. But I didn't have a bathing suit, and I needed to strip down to my underwear to jump in a pool. So, and it was things were detaching from lace was coming off of the leg hole. Yeah. So I know that I've learned that lesson. So I was like, okay, now I know I need some more underwear. So I went online earlier this week, and this shit is $36 per pair of underwear. Do people do that?
I mean, men's underwear is more expensive than women's underwear, but
it's the one product that men's stuff is more expensive.
But you don't have to pay that much for a pair.
One pair of underwear. Then that's the kind of thing that would make me feel I did have to rewear it between washes.
Well, maybe you have some of that and you have some of your ratty stuff.
Okay, that's, I'll ease into adulthood. How about that?
I do remember Britney Spears. You remember Britney Spears? No, I do remember.
Everyone's really remembering Britney Spears right now.
Right. I remember in a Cosmo spread or something. I mean, I didn't get Cosmo, so I don't know how I would have read it there. But somewhere, maybe on MTV, in an interview, she said something about having thousands and thousands of pairs of underwear.
Okay.
That was one of her.
I love that.
One of her.
That's one of the ways that she felt luxury.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And that they were just American Eagle underwear.
Oh, completely.
But just hundreds of
limited to thongs. I love that. Abundance. It's an abundance mindset, which for her meant never running out of underwear.
Who performed Cotton Eye Joe? Who can tell me that performer?
Why would anyone want to tell you that?
I don't know. I'm just saying. The worst song ever written, Cotton Eye Joe. Second worst song ever written, Lady in Red. Third song ever written, Seal, Kiss from a Rose. Okay, can we keep going?
You have a very specific
because I have opinions.
Is your fourth worst one, can I guess?
Mm-hmm.
Is it the Chris Isaak song?
Yep, Chris Isaak.
Yeah, so that's number 4?
Yep.
Okay. Number 5.
So now we're... nope. Number 5, Feliz Navidad.
Wow, you really just went there.
Yeah.
I will go there. I need to have more time to
As a man who worked at Sears department store at 16 years old in the baby clothes / hardware department. Mm-hmm. They played Feliz Navidad 4 times an hour.
That's horrible.
And I worked 24/7 during the holiday season. That's
an OSHA violation.
It's an OSHA. You know what? I'm gonna complain. 20 years later. Like, sir, there's a statute of limitations. You can't you can't complain 20 years later.
Well, okay. Yeah, no,
PTSD, that's what I say.
you really had that. Yeah, I don't, it's a sign of how different people listen to music. The fact that like 2 of your top 5 worst songs of all time are songs that I either am not offended by or kind of like.
You like Cotton Eye Joe?
No.
You like Lady in Red?
No. I just feel like Kiss from a Rose is kind of a great song. And I'll
let you finish.
And I do not mind that Chris Isaak song at all.
Okay.
I mean, I have no feelings. I have no strong feelings about it one way or the other, but I don't feel like it's offensive.
What's the name of that Chris Isaak song?
No,
I wanna fall in love. Yeah. So, to this I will say that Chris Isaak song. So the Seal song has some sort of chordal problem.
There's a chord problem,
which I know because I looked it up years ago, and I was like, does anyone else have a problem with this? And it turns out other people have a problem with this because it has a chord problem.
It does have I think it has like a parallel, either like a parallel fifths or like like something that's maybe not like music theory kosher.
Harmonically, there's a problem with it.
It doesn't bother me, but I do understand that feeling, and maybe we've had this conversation before, because I've been haunted perpetually by the Subway $5 footlong jingle.
$5 footlong. Because it doesn't end in a 1 chord.
It doesn't resolve.
It ends in a 5 chord.
And I think that
because it's a $5 footlong. Look at that. Look at what they did.
Do you think that's what it was?
Yeah, but a $5, but a 5 chord doesn't. It's just hanging out there in midair.
It makes me feel very.
You have to finish it. Like yeah, you have to go to the dough. You're in the so, but you have to go to the dough.
Look, it's very uncomfortable, deeply uncomfortable for me.
Yeah.
Anything else frivolous?
Not that comes to mind. Oh, except to say that. I have tried sleeping with socks on over the past few nights.
Okay, tell me.
And I don't have good circulation, so usually my extremities are cold. So I put socks on. I don't sleep in gloves. That's a bridge too far. But so I tried putting on socks to sleep because the idea being that if your body doesn't have to heat your extremities and it can like cool down, it can calm down easier, faster. Well, the first night I got through the night cozy, fine. Every night after that I've woken up
with your feet on fire. Yeah.
On fire. Like I wanted to, in my sleep state, just chop them off. Because I can't immediately, I'm really bad. So
in a panic, you're like clawing your socks off.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And then for the rest of the night, I have to like throw all the blankets off. It's like it heats me up so much. By the time I wake up, I can't cool down.
You do, we do have to see an herbalist about you. This needs some tune-ups.
I would love to see that, or get my chi read or something. I think I have a really weak heart. I think maybe that's it.
Oh my god, this is like the Andrew Geriatric podcast edition. Your feet are cold, your circulation's bad, you need some uppers, and you're gonna buy a dictionary.
Yeah, but then when I go to the doctor, the 2 times I've ever gone to the doctor, convinced that there's gonna be like they're gonna take my.
What do you mean the 2 times you've ever? Because
I don't go to the doctor ever.
Like you've only ever had 2 physicals in your entire life?
I've only ever had 1 physical in my entire life.
In your entire life?
In my entire.
Like your
life.
Childhood and adult life.
Oh, I'm sure I went to the pediatrician when I was like 5.
Okay.
But we stopped going to the pediatrician when I was 5 because he was expensive. So then we just went to the health department to get free shots. But I did have a physical just a few years ago, and I was really ready.
You're like, read me, doctor, drag me for
I got something to say to the medical community, because I'm not the only person that's had this experience. But like, doctors are not easy to talk to.
No.
And they can be very dismissive, even the ones that aren't trying to be. Most of them aren't trying to be. But it's just hard, and like because
also,
of the way
I always lie about how many drinks I have a week.
Yeah, well, because of the way they schedule things in America, like the doctors always in a hurry. Like you feel them wanting to finish up so they can move on.
Right.
And then so you can't like ask all the questions that you want to ask.
So you went in saying, tell me everything that's wrong with me. There must be a lot of shit to fix.
So I go in there and I'm like, yeah, I'm ready. I think I have a vitamin deficiency.
Oh, you've come with research.
Yeah.
Okay.
There is something wrong with my sleep. My blood pressure is too low. I'm cold.
Okay.
Maybe I have scoliosis. I don't know. Yeah. I'll bend over.
Yeah.
So I go in there ready, and he walks in the room. Hi, Doctor. Whatever. How are you feeling? It's like I'm feeling fine. Like, why are you here? To get a physical. Oh, do you need a physical for something? No, just never had a physical. Oh, okay. Is anything allergic to anything? Any reactions? Any pain? It's like, no.
He's like, you're fine. Go home.
And then I was like, no, but I think I have an iron deficiency. That's what I come out of the gate with.
Okay.
And he's like, men don't have iron deficiency usually.
Like, have you been bleeding profusely for any reason?
No, I was in my head. I'm like, that was not the right approach.
So then you were cowed because you were like, oh, I'm an idiot, and now
I know nothing about science, and now I've come out hot out of the gate. Hopefully,
and this man
hoping
now
to get
thinks I'm a
an
fool.
iron test to be told that men don't, to be told that men don't lose blood generally.
Under the best of circumstances.
So there would be no
it would be
reason.
very difficult for you to
So I didn't get the iron test that I
had dreamed of.
And so I just walked away. They did my vitals and just told me that I was healthy.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I was like, I'm not going to get anything for this. I paid a copay and I don't get anything.
This is so funny. Like, I love that you went in like wanting to exit with a laundry list of them being like, here's all the shit that needs a tune-up. Like it was like the Subaru dealership.
Yeah. Well, what it is for me is that I long for a moment medically where one day a doctor is like, oh, you've lived your entire life feeling like this? And then they give me a pill.
Oh my God.
And then
you're looking to like unlock a new level of like
and then
existence.
I take a pill and I was like, this is what people feel like every day. I can conquer the world. All I needed was some iron.
It's like a cheat code. You're looking for a cheat code.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for.
That's what you're hoping for. Oh, see, okay. I'm glad we dug a little bit deeper in this because that's pretty fascinating. I love that idea. It's like the thing about like finding, it's like the dream where you find a new room in your house and it's like a whole nother part of the house. I've been thinking about that a lot actually recently for reasons I won't go into, but like that, like unlocking a new level of like consciousness or experience or something. So
for me it sits in the medical office,
right? So now that you know that, you've been able to verbalize that. That's what you need to lead with when you go into the doctor's office.
The doctor's like, why are you here for a physical? I'd be like, I'm
just
ready to level up.
Game. Yeah.
So what I'm telling you is I want you to test for every goddamn thing. Every level.
And I'm hoping to walk out of here.
I need a pap smear right now. Okay?
Mm-hmm. Can't touch you.
Smash my boobs in those plates. Give me a mammogram. Give me an Enneagram. Give me a telegram.
Actually, this.
Give me a graham cracker. Just a one-time pill, though. I don't want to be prescribed something that I have to refill.
Oh, okay.
Nor do I want to have surgery for anything.
You're such a dumbass.
I'm just telling you my hopes and dreams.
Yeah, no, it's basically what you're looking for is in Mario when he bumps his head on that thing where it's like the little
the flower,
the rainbow,
and then he
or
can
whatever.
spit fireballs.
Yes. You've
played Mario for like 3 times ever, haven't you? Yeah.
Like basically never.
You speak like
Yeah.
So I'm happy and healthy in New Orleans, and I look forward to the day when it's discovered that I've been living with a deficiency so complete that medical science is baffled that I've been able to walk upright for 35 years.
Yes. I look forward to that as well. It goes with our spirit of action, making art, healing ourselves. We write, produce, and curate as VJ and Stevens, and you can subscribe to Don't Think Twice anywhere you listen to podcasts. Normally, we'd be working on a whole slate of live events in New York City and across North America, but 2020. We're currently living nomadically, writing and pitching our scripted works for television. You can learn more about us at vjandstevens.com. That's VIJAY and Stevens with a PH. We're at VJ and Stevens on Instagram, and our assistant Susan is still learning how to use Twitter at Memos from Susan.